what is good? What is good? I don't mind the background actually. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know why the lighting is sometimes like that. I don't even know, but yeah, what is good with y'all, man? Guys, we're doing a freestyle rant today. If you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, anything you want to talk about, anything that you want to ask me last live, since I'm live now, if you have any questions, let me know. I know one of my moderators had a question about life, and about budgeting, and about money. What's good? Crazy monkey. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? How to keep your money up? Okay. One way to keep your money up is to ensure that you have a budget. For example, however much money you get in the month, you're gonna put at the top income, and I recommend you download the Every Dollar app. You're gonna put income right here at the top. Next, you are going to list all of the things that you spend money on during the month. After that, everything should equal to zero, meaning you need a zero based budget so that before next month comes, the money is zero. Because every single dollar has an assignment. That's what you should be doing. Is that app free? Yes, it is free. Now, it does have a paid version. However, you do not need the paid version. The free version is fine. It is just as good. Trust. So that's the app I recommend. Now there is other apps. I tried Pocket Guard. I've tried what are the other I've tried other ones, and those ones just do too much. If you want simple, something you can track, something that's not doing too much, I recommend the Every Dollar app. So shout out to Dave Ramsey for that app. That app is actually very, very good. I highly recommend it. Then I know you were asking about overspending, and this can help because a lot of people, yeah, they overspend. They don't know where their money's going, which is why you have to budget. Also, I don't know if Crazy Monkey, I don't know if you're just getting cash or if you're getting card, but if you're getting card, then you have to have a bank. So all you have to do is check your bank statements and make sure that your bank statements are aligning with your Every Dollar app. That's what I do as well. So my method is every single Sunday, I check my bank statements, I open up my Every Dollar, and I make sure both of them align. That is what I do personally. Because budgeting is required to understand how your money works, where your money's going, where you're getting paid from, and how your money is going out. If you're not tracking your money, then you don't know what's going on. And this is why many people are struggling with money, the basics of money. It's because you're not budgeting. However, budgeting is not fancy, it's not glamorous, it's not any of that. Budgeting is the silent, invisible work that no one's gonna applaud you for. However, you still have to do it. Yes, it's very hard for you because you're young and don't think about your money, what you need to do in the future. Yeah, man, and that's what a lot of people do. It was at one point I was 14, 13. I never, my family never taught me about money or about how to budget. I never heard my family say anything about budgeting whatsoever. Therefore, I had to learn this myself. And when I understood that budgeting was important, I had to stay consistent. Budgeting is very important. It's not flashy, it's not glamorous, it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to teach you how to be disciplined so that after school, after college, after you graduate from these things, you are prepared for life. You have to budget now. Even if it's just $20, budget that, bro. It's going to build your skills up. Even if you're a kid, you can practice this now. But yeah, it's very important, bro. You definitely need budgeting in the future, bro. All this money stuff, bro, you need. However, school rarely even teaches this stuff. School rarely teaches this stuff. Chat, when I was in school, the only time I learned about these subjects was when I was in personal finance class. If I was in that class, I wouldn't have learned it at all. I wouldn't have learned a single thing. What's good, Pedro083? But yeah, guys, yeah, bro. Especially making money in 2025, bro, it is harder than ever. It is harder than ever. You're gonna have to lock in early, bro. I was watching this one video. And these two twins named Asia and Aubrey, they were saying that they were focusing on the fun in college, right? And then after that, they were saying, okay, they need a job, they're gonna need a career, and they weren't doing it before. However, they were saying in their freshman and sophomore year, they said they wish they was doing that because if you would have focused on it in your freshman and sophomore year, you would have been good for after college. That way, after you graduate, you already got a job lined up. So that's what I'm saying. Focus on this stuff right now. Oh yeah, guys. Also, hold on. Let's check Twitter real quick. So always new things on Twitter to check. So let's go ahead and check Twitter, check X real quick. I'm so used to calling it Twitter too. So let's see real quick. Let's see. Hold on, chat. Let's see what's going on. Ooh, this is a news report from the New York Times reveals that the Trump administration and some members of the president's family may have been involved in a larger movement in conservative circles to support Andrew and Tristan Tate, right-wing influencers charged with, I'm not going to say their charges. However, you want to know what's actually funny about Donald Trump? What's funny is that the government shutdown was at first on people's minds. However, after the government shutdown stopped, after everything was good, everyone brought right back up the Epstein files, bro. The reason why it's funny is because, bro, Donald Trump, like, he doesn't like people asking, oh, what about the Epstein files? What about this? He doesn't like that. He doesn't like that at all. So when you bring it up, it's like, it's funny. Chat. Also, I made a video yesterday explaining, right, how I posted over 300 videos in under a year. Chat. It's not by luck. It is through consistency and sheer grind. Chat. And then also like the streaming community at first, when people got into streaming, like when Kai Cenat was one of the first people to enhance the Twitch streaming game, everything was good. Like everything, because everything was new, everything was unique. However, in 2026, I don't know how streaming is gonna go in 2026. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know. But all I know is streaming is not gonna be the same anymore. It is not the same how it was when Kai first started. I feel that if people were more mature in the streaming community, it would be a lot better. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of allegations, there's a lot of different stuff going on. That's me. Goodness. Guys, make sure you drink your lemonade. But yeah, guys. Also, it is December 13th of 2025. We have, let me see, we have 2 weeks, 2 weeks and a half before 2026. Guys, we need to seriously lock in. And I've been saying this all over my Twitter too. I've been saying you need to lock in. There is no time to wait. No one is going to tell you to do this. You have to do this now. Because I'm not going to lie, time does not wait for anyone. And I tweeted this. So my birthday was on the 9th of December, right? So Happy birthday to the Ascendant, you know. The Ascendant's 19. Anyway, my birthday was 4 days. 4 days ago. Bro, time does not wait for anyone. Time doesn't wait for anybody. So it doesn't matter if what you're sick, you're tired, you're lazy, you're gonna keep on making up excuses. Time is gonna keep on going. You have no time to wait. We are in a period, in a season of time where it's easier than ever to make money, but it's also the hardest as well. Our ancestors would have wished they would have had the opportunities that we have today. They would have wished they would have had it. So we need to take advantage of the opportunities now. We have no time to wait. We have no time to make excuses. Every single action step that you take should be towards your future self. Your future self should be thanking your younger self who decided to build, who decided to grind, who decided to have long-term growth instead of going for short-term gratification. Let me say that one more time. Your younger self should be thinking. No, not your younger self. Your future self should be thanking your younger self that you decided to put in the work, to grind, to execute, to be in solitude, instead of taking the short-term route. You don't need to take the short-term route. The short-term route, it's always like it feels good right in the moment, the short-term route. However, long-term, it's going to detriment your life. It's going to detriment. I don't know where Venom is. Where is Venom? But yeah, guys, not. It just depends. I might go live next Friday or Saturday. I don't know. Now, guys, there might be occasionally there might be times where I will, let's say, go live on Christmas or something. I may go live on Christmas. Why not? Why not? We're gonna have a special guest. We have to see. We might have a special guest, but we will have to see. Chat, I am looking at Twitter right now, trying to see what the heck. It says Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion reportedly are working it out and still together after Megan was caught cheating. Now look, let me actually make this clear. Even with Stephen Curry's relationship, even I guess now Klay, if this is real, this proves that it doesn't. The money doesn't even keep a girl loyal. There's so many guys with money. None of that money, none of the status, none of the cars, none of that keeps a woman. It may attract them, but it's not attracting them for the right reasons. You need to assess, why is this girl with you? And the only way to know if that girl is truly for you or not is to strip away the external stuff. Don't have the fast cars. Don't have the money. I'm not saying don't give her money, but don't be giving her millions and millions of dollars. Stick to your morals, and we'll see if she sticks around. Vice versa for a woman. You can do the same thing and see if that man sticks around. If that man or that woman does not stick around, it is proof that they weren't really for you, or they weren't really with you for you. They was with you to see what they can get from you. Some major difference, very distinctive. let's see. I'm gonna go and read some comments. A lot of people saying this is fake news. I don't know. I don't know. But money still doesn't keep a girl. It doesn't disprove the fact that money does not keep a girl at all. It doesn't. It does not. But yeah, guys. I mean, chat. Like it's very crazy what's going on in the world. There's a lot of things going on, and I pray that everyone's safe. I pray that everyone is good because this life that we are living, it is crazy and it can get unpredictable. However, you have to be safe. You have to be safe. You have to be safe. Start with anything else on Twitter? Anyway, should I probably bring my notebook at you? Should I? I should probably get my notebook home. Maybe I should get my notebook. See about old topics. My notebook is nowhere to be found. I would never want to see it. I got it though. I got it. Chilling. Oh my gosh. We're chilling. We're chilling. We're chilling. All right, I got it. Got all these notes, chat. All these notes. So I just want to tell you like how much I've been like grinding, how much I've been locked in. Hold on, because these notes go way back. Look at this, bro. Proof of the grind right here. All these notes. Hold on, let it focus. I don't know if it'll focus. All these notes right here, and the date, literally right here. Hold on, let that focus. August 29th of 2025, bro. Been locked in, bro. I'm telling you. I've literally been locked in. I was saying point one, I said, staying calm gives you control. Second, life does not reward the just. Three, you don't need to grind 24/7 to be elite. Like, all of this stuff is true. What else? I was talking about that. You know, to actually have an analogy that is actually good. It's called it's called the trigger remote effect. Basically, right? Let me give y'all an example. I have a phone case, right? This is my phone case. Wait, Venom, can you hear me? I'm actually about to end, but yeah, I have this phone case, right? If I keep on pressing this, right, and the TV doesn't turn on, eventually I'm gonna stop pressing. And it's the same thing with life. If someone is trying to get on your nerves, if someone is trying to bother you, someone is trying to get you angry on purpose, and you do not respond, they'll eventually stop. Eventually they'll stop. because it's not working. Same thing with the TV. If I keep on pressing that power button and the TV ain't turning on, eventually I'm gonna stop pressing the button. Of course I am. Like, nobody finna press the button 24/7. I'm just gonna stop eventually. Yeah, chat. I might go live tomorrow. I actually might go live tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna go in and. Oh, actually, I have one more thing to talk about: the cost of living. Actually, so minimum wage in California is $17.50. That's the minimum wage. Now look, that's $700 a week, right? That's $2,800 a month gross. You said what? How does it feel to be a new age? What do you mean by that? Like a new gen? How does it feel to be a new age? A new age what? Oh, you're talking about like that. I thought you were talking about like a new generation or like being in Gen Z. It actually feels good. 19 years old, it actually feels good. It's a blessing. Oh, when I turned 19, I had to thank the Lord because a lot of people don't make it to 19. I think sometimes in life you don't know. You don't know like what you already have is like you should already be grateful for what you have. And a lot of the times many people don't know this until you lose it or until you go for a few days without it. For example, water. Like water, like you don't really think too much of it. Like you're probably not saying, oh, thank you for water, thank you for water. However, if you don't have water for, let's say, 3 months, I guarantee when you see a water fountain, you'll be like, thank God for that water. Why? Because now it's scarce. Why is it scarce? Because it wasn't there with you every day. So you're going to crave it more. Now you're going to be more thankful. So that's why it's important to have gratitude and be grateful for the things. Even your fingers, your wrist, your arm, it's important to be grateful. You said you learned something about leadership? What was it? What was the new lesson? Being a leader is about serving others, not yourself. Nah, that's hard. That's hard because many people think that leadership is serving yourself or you trying to be the biggest leader in the world. When really, like you just said, it is about serving others. It's about teaching them. It's about inspiring them, so that the next generation of people can become leaders themselves. Which is why Jesus had disciples. And what's so impressive is Jesus had 12 of them. It wasn't one, wasn't two, wasn't three, wasn't five. It was 12. 12 disciples. Like this is bigger than cults. Like it's crazy. Bigger than cults when it comes to actually like not trying to manipulate people, but actually trying to help people, trying to wake people up. For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. Mark chapter 10, verse 45. Nah, that's tough. That's tough. Oh yeah, don't worry. I will actually, matter of fact, Venom, I'll actually be getting my Bible this Tuesday. This Tuesday. I'll be getting my Bible. I don't know if I'm gonna get the KJV version or the NIV version. However, we gotta get one of them. So we'll be getting it on Tuesday. But nah, that's actually good. Jesus flipped the whole idea of leadership. Most people, including me, think that being a leader is about others serving you. Right, yeah, I feel like we would all say that. I'm pretty sure that's what we were taught in school. We always taught like what Adolf Hitler, all these leaders we've been taught about in social studies and history. We've been taught that being a leader is about others serving you. It's about, oh yes, he is the leader, he's the leader, but Jesus' way is just way different, way above our understanding, including alpha males. Right. And the main people who listen and believe and actually internalize what these alpha males are saying are the guys who just don't have any direction in life whatsoever. If you have even some form of degree of direction, you're gonna disagree. Like a lot of these incels or a lot of these black pill guys, they don't know about life, bro. So they listen to these alpha males or they listen to someone who looks certain, even though they're leading them to a bad path. They think they are being led into the narrow road, but they are truly being led into destruction. Right, that's what I'm saying, and that's why even Myron, even and there's been plenty of people too, even that the white guy he was saying like Myron, like he followed your advice, Myron, had Myron's advice, and he didn't feel anything. Like yeah, Myron, yeah, he got all the short term benefits, but it still didn't like feel that void. That it doesn't help with it. However, when he follows Jesus, it's short term discomfort for long term growth, and that's what he was telling Myron. And then Myron saying, "Oh well, it's not his fault." And then he wanted to make an analogy that says, "If I give you a gun and you shoot it, is that his fault?" Like Myron, you still gave him the advice, and the reason why you're giving people the advice is so that people can listen to what you're saying. It don't even make no sense. It don't make any sense at all. Like Myron just didn't want to take accountability. That's really all it was. He just didn't want to take accountability. Take accountability. You were wrong, and it's fine. But this is the problem with these alpha males. Every time I act like they can't make any mistake. Bro, stop. That is so unrealistic. You were not Jesus. It's fine. Goodness gracious. The whole point is to learn from the mistake. Bro, I'm telling you, people would literally respect Myron more if he would say, look, you know what? I messed up. That was my fault. I will take accountability for that, and I'm glad you found Jesus Christ. If you would have said that, it would have been better. It would have been better. Acting just like Andrew, no wonder y'all are buddies. I know. Freaking, I just saw a thing that Gadget had posted on Twitter. He had posted that in 2020, in 2023, Andrew was like, he would never endorse in a crypto coin. And then 2024 it says, Daddy's going to the moon. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Like it really gets to a point where it's like, bro, you gotta like watch who you're following. You have to be very careful as well. Got to be careful. Matter of fact, I don't think Myron has a religion. I don't even think I don't know, he talks about Islam, but I don't even know if he's actually Islamic. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. He calls himself Muslim. Yeah, I don't know if he actually follows Muslim teachings though. That's the thing. You can call yourself a religion all you want. I feel like that's why most people have problems with religion. It's because a lot of people claim it and they don't live by it. And then two, they'll say, like, and then this girl's right. She was saying that some religions they use religion for control. That's the thing. However, Christianity does not do that. Christianity does not use religion as a form of control. He Jesus uses religion for helping you in life. It's not to constrain you. It's not for you to feel like you're in chains. No. Now, are you gonna have to be uncomfortable? Absolutely. But like I said, short-term discomfort for long-term growth. That's Jesus Christ right there. Come on, man. But a lot of people don't want to do that. But then these other religions are bad. Jesus ain't bad. Y'all think he's bad because y'all don't wanna admit the stuff that y'all been trying to hide for years on years on years. That's what it is. Because God strips all the illusions away. There is no illusions when you're following God. God's gonna tell you how it is, whether if you feel like listen to it or not. So, and then all these other religions are fake. Then you have to be careful. You gotta be careful with religion, because some people use religion in a bad way. And you have to be careful. But religion is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Religion is a great thing. However, especially in the black community, and I can understand why the black community says this. The black community says, well, redlining and they didn't have opportunities, and that's true to some degree. That is true. Your environment shapes you faster than anything else could. Like the thing is, if you're a kid and you're growing up in the hood and you don't have a father, a brother, or just a figure to look up to, the environment's gonna be your father or mother figure. That's the harsh reality, but it is what it is. Why do you think a lot of these young people say, they're a product of their environment? They're a product of their environment because they are. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about the environment that you grew up in. Like it's crazy because for parents, bro, if if you don't raise your kid, the environment's gonna raise it for you. It's gonna raise your kid for you. So it's just how it is. It's just how it is, man. Chat, going back to streaming, right? In 2026, I don't know how streaming is going to go. I don't even know if Kai Cenat's gonna come back. Like he didn't really sound like he was gonna come back at the streamer awards. So I don't know, bro. But I would say Kai Cenat made something new. Kai Cenat made a lot of people want to hop on to the trend, and you notice how Kai Cenat saying mental health is very important. And I can see why he's saying mental health and why he's taking a break on his mental because, bro, to be live all the time and barely get any sleep, especially for a subathon, bro, that's you're gonna be mentally drained. It's not sustainable for your health, especially your mental. But your mental is important. So I can definitely see why, man. But anyway, going back to the cost of living, yeah. So in Cali, the minimum wage, $17.50, right? That's 700 a week. A month, that's 2,800, right? Now say that you get a low income apartment, 30% of your money goes to there, right? So you're paying 840 and you're left with 1,400. Then you have your car, your insurance, your phone bill. You have all of that, right? By the time you spend all that, you're not gonna have that much money left. Not really. You're not gonna have that much money. And this is why a person I was talking to was saying have multiple streams of income, because when you have multiple streams of income, you are able to diversify where you're making your money from, and it's important. But yeah, guys, let me know. I'm actually about to end live, so let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll answer about two more questions, and then I got some other stuff to do today. You think that was it for you? Okay. Does anyone else have any questions? Not the guy. The screen is dirty. I don't know. Not that guy. But if that's it, guys, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay blessed. Love y'all, man. And actually, I might go live tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see. But all right, you guys have a good one, man. Peace.